Again, Ringo TV Reactions. We should be live right now, guys. Let me set up a few things, and then we're going to get into the content. Be sure to hit the like button as soon as you come into the building. We have a very interesting video to share today, and I want to make sure that we properly react to this particular video. Let me set the live chat up for members only. Again, guys, if you would like to participate in the live chat, be sure to join the channel membership. All right? It's very important that you do that, guys. So let me set this up. Okay, it should be set now for members only. Get your membership today, guys. Stop sitting in the clouds and come and participate with the live chat. I see a lot of you folks, when the chat is open directly for the public, you normally rush in. But when I set it to members only, you don't want to support the channel. It doesn't make any sense, guys. Become a channel member and show support for the work that we do here. Now, we're going to be reviewing a video from Officer Tatum. Now, yesterday's stream, I told you guys that I was on Instagram and I seen, it's crazy how the algorithm just sends you stuff that you need to see. I don't know how that stuff works, but I was on Instagram and somebody in my live chat mentioned this yesterday about Officer Tatum, right? But the thing is, I already seen a promo video from Officer Tatum about that he's going to be going to upload a video, right? We have Mr. Mastermind in the building, MW Labes. I'm not sure if I'm seeing this. Can't even see this light is in my face. Can't even see properly. We got Denise, Caramel Kimmy Kim, Kat, what is it, Catalia? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Chef Quentin Jones, what's going on? Appreciate everybody stopping by. Hope everybody had a blessed day. Hope everybody's at peace and whatnot. So we did a live stream earlier today about the autopsy, and it was embarrassing. It was horrible. I mean, to think that Ben Crump went up there to explain the autopsy results rather than having the medical examiner speak for his own work, it just made, rather than providing answers, it just created more questions. Because remember I told you guys that a lot of content creators are going to come to YouTube and they're going to start to say that, oh, Nolan was struck in his head with a club. He was beaten up. See, he got this injury in back of his head. At no point during that autopsy did anybody talk about an injury in back of the head. But this is what people are saying on social media. Do you see what I mean, guys, about the rage baiting? They can't wait to create new narratives in order to make money. So I'm glad that Officer Tatum took the time to actually reach out to this young man to give him a platform by way he can speak. I believe that out of all the YouTube channels, not trying to puff myself up, but out of all the YouTube channels that have been covering the situation, I think that for him to appear on Officer Tatum's channel, it's actually a safe environment, because it's like, when it comes to actually sharing your thoughts, when it comes to a case like this, people are blaming people with no facts. I want you to think about this. You have an 18-year-old, 19-year-old son, and all over social media, everybody's making posts blaming him for the death of another kid that made his choices. You understand? You're not going to be happy with that. Now, in this interview, the young guy pretty much spoke on something that I spoke on. I told you guys that Nolan was drinking. And this is why the family wanted to do an independent autopsy, because they know the first autopsy is going to show that Nolan was drinking. You're going to see. All of that information is coming out. And the reason why I'm upset with the black community, and I'm talking about those that actually support Nolan by giving all their money, is that you guys prematurely started to give all your money. You didn't allow the facts to come in. You didn't allow the investigation to go on, autopsy results. After all of that stuff finished coming in, then you could talk about funding someone's GoFundMe, you know? But to go out there and just give this family all this money, guys, when are we going to learn? Yeah, I did this with Carmelo Anthony. He's doing 35 years. A lot of you gave your money. I'm sure you want your money back, because you thought that by you banding with Carmelo, even though that's wrong to do because he's a killer. If Carmelo stabbed your son, you would not be in support of Carmelo Anthony. The only reason why the majority of black folks on social media band with Carmelo Anthony is because he's black. That's racism, guys. That's what being a racist is all about, is that you band with a killer who murdered somebody else's son, and you figure because the kid is white, that his life don't mean nothing. And it's almost like you feel like we're getting some get back against white people. And this is why, as a content creator, I separate myself from all the nonsense that's going on. I'm a civilized human being. I'm a family man. I'm about my kids. I'm about taking care of business. I don't got no time for all of this hate, guys. It's too much hate in the world, man. It's like, how do you live every day hating people that didn't do nothing to you? Well, I would not be around no black person that think like that, guys. I don't want to be around nobody that is flooded with negative thoughts all day. That stuff rubs on you, man. You know, so let's get into this video. We're going to have a lot to talk about. Peace and blessings to the mods. I see Forever Studio in the building. We got 601. What's going on? We have, who else we got? Anybody different came in? Jonah TV for life. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, so we're going to continue this. We got Caramel Kimmy Kim. Okay, all right. And again, guys, if you're not a channel member, become a channel member and join the conversation. Don't just sit in the clouds, because I know a lot of you got a lot to say. So it's always a good idea to actually become a channel member and, you know, share your thoughts, become a part of the conversation. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate that. Okay, guys. So Officer Tatum has an exclusive interview. I believe he's up to part 2. We'll deal with part 2 another time. I don't want to flood this whole stream with part 1 and part 2. I want to hone in only on part 1 right now, because a lot of interesting stuff transpired in this interview. Now, first of all, thanks to Officer Tatum for doing this particular interview. It's very rare, guys, that influencers have any sense of integrity. Tatum believes and understands that a lot of YouTubers are grifting. A lot of YouTubers are spreading lies. A lot of YouTubers just want money. Of course, everybody want to make money. At the end of the day, that's cool. But to lie and manipulate your viewers with false information in order to keep the engagement up is sick, guys. So I'm glad that he did this interview to allow this young man an opportunity to share his thoughts, because nobody in the media is trying to reach out to these young men. And I don't know, maybe somebody did, but they felt comfortable going to Officer Tatum. right? Yeah, so let's listen to the tape, guys. It's about 17 minutes. I want to break this thing down, and hopefully we could gain something from this, right? So let me set this thing up. Get this thing on full screen. Get the volume up. Alrighty. Let's play the tape and see what's going on, guys. Let's go.
So, Warren, I'm going to ask you some very pointed questions. I mean, just straight out. The first thing I want to ask you is, did you kill Nolan? All right, Warren, we had a chance to get to know each other over the last, 2 days. Went out to Horn Island. So I've had an opportunity to talk to you about a few things. And the things that you've told me have literally blown my mind. But the world haven't had a chance yet to hear your story, to hear Nolan's story through you, through his friend. And it's not just you, it's a bunch of y'all. But, you know, some of the other guys were afraid because of the threats and the violence that's been threatened against their lives and all of the above. But you decided that you wanted to take this bold step and give a statement and, you know, get your side out here. And I want to start at the very beginning of all of this and ask you, what was your relationship like with Nolan? Who was he to you?
Nolan, I could describe Nolan in a million ways. I mean, Nolan was not just a best friend of me, but he was a brother. I grew up through elementary, middle school, high school, and even our freshman year of college. You know, we talked on the phone all the time. We were really close friends. And I mean, Nolan was like a brother to me. And Nolan lit up every room he walked in. He always had a smile on his face. He always had something good to say. I've never seen Nolan get in an argument with somebody and say bad things about someone. You know, there's a lot of people that talk crap nowadays, and Nolan was never that person. Sweetest soul ever. And I mean, I had a great relationship with Nolan. I've never gotten an argument with Nolan. We were super close, and I've never said or will ever have anything bad to say about Nolan Wells.
Now, let's stop right there, guys, so we can add our commentary to the video. So we're about 1 minute and 50 seconds into the video, and this exclusive interview already confirmed the things that I was talking about. I told you guys that Nolan and his buddies were good friends. These are his boys. The man says he's seen Nolan like a brother. Do you understand that? He see him like a brother. See, the problem with the black community, right? Anytime you see somebody that's white, because social media has done a horrible job, I guess, manipulating you to be filled with hatred, you in your mind think that a black person cannot be friends or cool with anybody that's white. Now, for transparency purposes, Nolan is Filipino. I need for the audience to understand that. We got to keep on. I got to explain this all the time. Y'all keep getting mad at me because I'm clarifying things. The media painted this thing as a young black kid died because his white friends left him behind and killed him. But the truth is he's a Filipino kid with a Filipino mother. I'm trying to keep it truthful because they painted this as an African-American kid. All over TikTok, they calling this kid African-American. And it's not right. It's not right. It's wrong. Because that's the reason why so many black people are going hard in this. I got some more videos I got to do, guys. There's a video of a black kid. Do I got it downloaded? I don't know if I got it downloaded, fam. Let me check real fast and see. Give me a minute. I didn't have this plan, but I need for you guys to see. It because I don't know, but if I have it, I'm going to play it here live so you can hear it. You got black folk on the internet saying, we got to go hunt down Nolan's friends and do the unthinkable. I'm going to play the tape for you because I know y'all don't believe me. I do my research, guys. I do my research on what's going on in these streets, and I'm telling you, it is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. If it's not on Instagram, then it should be in my YouTube history. So I'm going to check there as well. So give me a minute. Let me see if I can find this. Because I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, wow. And they're doing it right on social media, making threats. Let me look through my history here and see. If it's not here, then it's on Instagram. Let me see. Because I just finished seeing it, guys. No cap. I think it's Instagram. Let me go to Instagram now and see if it's over there. Let's go to Instagram and see if they got it there. Because I be saving these videos. When I see some madness, I save it because I know it's going to be useful for a video. So let me see. If it's not here, then I'm going to have to deal with this another time. But I know I saw what I saw. Let me see. I don't think it was Instagram. It couldn't have been Instagram. It would have been at the top of the list. It would have been at the top of the list. Is this it? Hold on. I think this is it. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. I think this is the video. Hold on, guys. And it's not his best friend. So let's do something about it. This is the video. Okay. We got the video, guys. So let me play this for you guys so you can see this for yourself. Right? Nigga, stop trying. Get on here talking about Nolan Wells and y'all ain't gonna slide for him. Hold on. Let's go find them. Let's go find his friends and go do something. Okay. Nigga was his best friend. That nigga was not his best friend. The autopsy shows that this nigga murdered him. Him and his other friends, his white friends, murdered fucking Nolan. It's not his best friend. So let's do something about it, nigga. Stop trying. Get on here talking about Nolan Wells and y'all ain't gonna slide for him, nigga. Let's go find them. Let's go find his friends and go do something. If y'all ain't trying to do that, I don't want to hear shit, nigga. A black man just sat there and interviewed this white boy, knowing they could have possibly killed their fucking friend, which was a black man, Nolan Wells. You see? They ain't do shit. See how they calling him a black man? You niggas in the black community is soft, nigga. I don't want to hear shit. Shut the fuck up if we not gonna do something, nigga. All that whining and bitching and shit. We as black people need to go find them and make them fucking confess to that shit. You see? Oh my mama, that's the only way we're gonna get justice from now on. Stop waiting for the white man to give us justice. The white man is gonna always look out for his people. Fuck y'all niggas. Do something. Tired of this shit, nigga. Niggas wanna have a fucking history lesson and wanna talk and shit. Nigga, let's do something, nigga. Let's get our power back, nigga. Stop letting them people kill ours, bro. Let's end this shit, nigga. I ain't gonna lie though, y'all pissing me off. Keep saying this nigga was his best friend. That nigga was not his best friend. The autopsy shows that this nigga murdered him. Him and his other friends, his white friends, murdered fucking Nolan. It's not his best friend. Okay. Okay, now, do you guys see what I've been trying to tell you about the black community? These people are making threats online. They're saying that black folk need to hunt down Nolan's friends. And you're wondering why Officer Tatum had to do this interview. Notice how the kid is being falsely accused of murdering Nolan. You got this animal online, this thug, basically putting batteries in people's backs to go out there and do something. So he's resorting to violence because he believed he need to get justice for Nolan Wells. You notice how he was calling him black? You notice how he was calling Nolan Wells our people when Nolan Wells is Filipino. Nolan Wells is Filipino. But that's the kind of anger that a lot of blacks are carrying because social media influencers are putting batteries in their back. So they're out here ready to risk it all, ready to crash out for somebody they don't even know. And half of these people don't even visit their own family, so they wouldn't even know what to do, fam. It's sick. Shout out to, is that Monica? Monica, shout out to you for joining the membership. Appreciate you joining the live chat. Hope you have a great time having conversations with the viewers and those in the live chat where you don't have to worry about bots and trolls and people insulting you and all of that other goofy stuff, because the people here understand the purpose of the platform and whatnot. So this kid is in danger, guys. This kid is in danger. And I say kid, young man, that's not no disrespect. I'm 49. So at the end of the day, you know, he could be my son. So I'm trying to make you understand that these young men that was with Nolan, their lives is in danger because of misinformation published on social media. Look at the anger in that man. Imagine this white dude just hanging out and a couple of black dudes that think like the guy I just showed you see him and recognize his face. They're going to want to harm him, guys. That is what Crump, Al Sharpton, and the family of Nolan is actually promoting. They're making black people angry. And here's the thing. A lot of times we hear people saying they should sue, they should do this. Guys, you don't sue people with no money. You need money. You need money, guys. You just can't say sue and you got to have backing. You know what I'm saying? The average person don't got no money to just sue somebody, you know? So it's not that simple. Social media can be very dangerous. If this was my kid, I would be concerned because his face was plastered all over the internet because of the mother. It was the mother, guys, that put those images out there. Y'all forgot? The mother did that. Nobody knew who Nolan Friends was. The parents put those photos out there and doxed their face. Nobody wouldn't even know who the friends were. The mother did that. She could have blurred their face, pending an investigation, but she wanted you guys to see their faces to put their lives at risk because they're white. Let's get back to the content. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's go. Hold on.
Yeah, and you guys, you said you kind of grew up together. Did you know his mom, or how was that? Because I saw in the media where it appears that she may have said, at least I saw in part, that she said as if she didn't know any of you guys.
Right. Well, Nolan a lot of the times was at like my house and at my buddy.
Let me rewind that back because I don't think you guys heard what was said because I was doing something. My apologies. Let me make sure I set this up properly. Right? Let's go.
I've never got in an argument with Nolan. We were super close, and I've never said or will ever have anything bad to say about Nolan Wells.
Yeah, and you guys, you said you kind of grew up together. Did you know his mom, or how was that? Because I saw in the media where it appears that she may have said, at least I saw in part, that she said as if she didn't know any of you guys.
Right. Well, Nolan a lot of the times was at like my house and at my buddy's house. We never went to Nolan's house and hung out. I mean, and my friend group's very, very tight knit. I mean, we hang out every day when we're back home from school. In high school, we hung out most weekdays and every day on the weekend. And I mean, we were never at Nolan's house, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I met his father, and I mean, in 8th grade, Nolan. That's when Nolan and I like got really close. It was COVID year, and we were in class all year long together. Me and a couple of my buddies, and Nolan and I just got super tight because we get a Waffle House once a week together, eat, and I mean, we were just super close. But his dad would swing by Waffle House, and like hang out around us, but never. I was never around Nolan's parents a lot, but I mean that didn't change our relationship any.
Let me stop it right there so I can interject and share some commentary, guys. Now, this opens up a whole new world of information because all throughout this case, we've been hearing, oh, they took Nolan's phone, they had his car keys. Why didn't they return it back to the mom? Well, did you hear what this young man said? They didn't hang out at Nolan Wells' house. Which means, as much as you folks been blaming them like they stole Nolan's phone and keys, like they could keep his car, like that's was the goal. They never went to his house like that. For all you know, they don't have the mother's phone number. They don't have none of this information. To just say, okay, hey, here's his keys. He's missing. Good luck. They're trying to figure out where he is too. But y'all just put the blame on these kids because they're white. Guys, if Nolan was hanging out with 5 black kids, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. If Nolan was hanging out with Jeffrey, Mike, Marquise, we wouldn't be on social media talking about this case. Nobody would care. Because he's hanging out with so-called African Americans. But because his friends are white, it's like, you guys, oh, they killed them. Look, I'm going to say something. It's going to get you mad. Well, not everybody. It's going to get a lot of people riled up. But that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I speak the truth and I get everybody, to really think. The black community is trying to make this a racial issue. Like white people are dangerous and they're out to kill you. But I'm going to tell you straight up. A black man will fuck a white woman in a heartbeat. A black man will go get some white pussy if it's offered to him. He ain't going to be sitting there talking about the white man. I got to fear for my life. No, if a white woman offer you some head, you taking it. A lot of these so-called black men, when they get money, first type of woman they want to go get is a white woman. And I'm not saying interracial relationships is wrong. What I'm trying to say is, if you folks fear white people so much because you scared they're going to kill you, why the majority of you black men, when it comes to a white woman, you're quick to fuck her? In a heartbeat. Are you riled up yet? Did I get your attention? Did I shake you? Did you drop your coffee and your drink? Because you guys are acting like, as a black man, if you hang around white people, you're gonna die. Like they just have it in their heart to kill you. These were his buddies. He said he had a tight-knit circle. So if Nolan was in his circle, he thought highly of Nolan. When you normally have friends or people that's in your circle, you make sure that these people are true blue people. I'll cut somebody off in a heartbeat if I realize they're a snake. I don't play none of that garbage, man. Once you cross me one time, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go, man. Because I can't deal with that, fam. But let's not act like the black man ain't thirsty for some white tail. Because you are. No different than a white man who ain't around black women like that. But I tell you what, he'll slide up on a black woman if she's offering him some tail. It's something about some tail. Ain't nobody gonna discriminate. A man ain't discriminating when it comes to a woman. Well, she's white. I really don't want to mess with her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she looked good and all, but I just can't really sleep with her because you gonna sleep with her. Yes, you are. You ain't gonna be fearing for your life. See, we talk all this stuff about Emmett Till. Oh, Emmett Till, he whistled at a woman and they killed him. But how many black men are thirsty for some white vagina? How many black men are dating white women? How many of you black men condemn and bash black women and you uplift white women? But you the same ones trying to condemn these young men because they're white. Which one is it? Which one is it? You work around white people, right? So if you hate white people this much, you don't think it's time to quit your job? Imagine if your employer see you on social media hating and being hateful. You'll lose your job, guys. You got to learn how to respect other people. But blaming these young men with no facts, when Nolan made a choice as a young adult, he was 18 years old, fam. My eldest daughter just turned 18. I'm letting her know right now, young lady, you are a young adult. Yeah, I'll be here for you. No doubt about that. But I need for you to grow up and stop sitting around acting like you a baby still. No, you not. You got to make decisions now. You 18. Because the world, when you go out there, it's not going to be as forgiving. You may get away with things in the house, but when you go out there in the world and they be like, can I see your ID? Oh, you 18, 19? What are you calling your mom and dad for? It's time for you to grow up. Nolan made a decision to hang out with these young men and drink and party. And it is said that he was up and down with a white woman, right? Because that was his preference, remember? Nolan liked white women. There's nothing wrong with that. That's his thing. But y'all out here making it seem like a bunch of racists killed this kid when this kid loved his white friends and he loved some white vagina. And yet nobody want to talk about that. How come nobody's talking about the fact that the parents allowed Nolan to stay out? Nolan spent the night out with his buddies for like, what, a day or two? He didn't even go home. He was out and about with his buddies. If you living at home with your parents still, and you hanging out at them hours, how come Nolan's mom and stepdad didn't tell him, hey, son, I don't think that it's appropriate for you to be hanging out with these people on a boat at these hours of the night, and like, I don't know what you're doing. They didn't care. For all we know, Nolan was out there living his own life, y'all. Y'all making it seem like this is some good old kid, and I'm not saying he's a bad kid. What I'm saying is, y'all painting him as if though he was this good old church boy that just went home and he was dragged out at sea by a bunch of white supremacists and they were doing rituals with him and decided to unalive him because he wanted to talk to a white girl. Nolan always dated these white girls. There's photos on his mama's page where you see him with white girls. He lived in a predominantly white community. His parents were not broke or down and out. They were living good. They provided a good life for the kid. But now you want to sabotage this young man's life because he's white. Not because he committed a crime, because he's white. But if this young man was an African American, we wouldn't have this conversation. You know it. Come on now. If this white boy was black, nobody would be talking.
And I were still just as close, and he was just as close with my friends as, anyone else. So.
And walk me through the day of 4th of July where you guys were all going out.
Right.
This seems like something that I would assume that may have occurred more than just this year.
Yeah, of course.
Was it something that you guys did more than just this year?
Listen.
It's a two-part question. I want to know, is it something that you guys typically did together, that you hang out often in this fashion? And then I want you to then walk me through 4th of July this year when the incident happened.
Okay. Being from the Gulf Coast, there's a boating and fishing is very, very popular. The 4th of July, every year, my friends and I, or my family and I, are out on the water. I mean, that's the one day is guaranteed everybody's going out. And that's a known thing. Everybody's trying to get a ride out to Horn Island, or, people go to Ship Island, but most of everybody from Ocean Springs and the Gulf Coast go to Horn Island. And, we went last year. Nolan was on the boat with me last year, and he was, this was a common thing. My friends go on the boat when we're home. Very, very common. That's what we like to do. My friend.
Did you get that, guys? It's common. These kids hanged out on boats all the time. Look, I'm originally from New York, right? Brooklyn, New York. When we were teenagers, we hanged out at certain spots. We live in a city life, right? So there was only certain places we can hang out. When you out in the South somewhere, their way of hanging out, totally different. Some kids, they shoot guns in the woods. Some go boating, some go fishing, camping, hiking. They do all different types of activities. Their activity was getting on the boat, fishing, swimming, this is their activities. This is what they did for fun. Nolan always was on boats with these kids. They didn't kill him. He was able to come back home. So what went wrong at this event? I'll tell you, there was a freak accident, and nobody want to accept that. The parents turned this into a race issue because they knew they could make money, man. You cannot make money unless it's a white and a black issue. These young men were nowhere around Nolan after Nolan decided he want to stay behind. So why are they blaming them for his death? That makes no sense. If I'm at the club and I know I got to go to work tomorrow, and I've been in situations where I was at a bar. This is when I was on a 9 to 5. I had my work buddies. We would go to happy hour after work, and we would go to a bar, and the karaoke bar. I really like that place. You know what I'm saying? One of my partners put me on to that place. And we would just go there and unwind and just chill, because we just working all day long, man. Just working. That's all we do, man. So we needed time to chill. So we go to the karaoke bar, and there was time they were hanging out. And we there, I was like, yo, bro, I got to go. We got to get up in the morning, man. I can't be like this. You know what I'm saying? If I'm out and you want to stay, bro, if you stay, anything that happened to you, that's on you. That's on you, man. I don't got nothing to do with that. So if his friends was like, yo, we having boat trouble, we out, hey, yo, Nolan, let's go. You know what I mean? And you don't want to pull off with them. Instead, you want to stay because you want some pussy. Because remember, this is an island. This girl is with you. You can go on that island and do whatever. Remember, these are teenagers, guys. Teenagers hanging out, 4th of July, drinking. Drugs are probably being used. I don't know what in the world they were doing. But they were doing it. You know? Probably fireworks. You know? And here's another fun fact. To show you that the mom is lying. The mom was talking about how on Nolan's phone, his phone had nothing. Oh, his friends deleted the phone. First of all, if Nolan was an active social media person, his Instagram would be flooded with images, flooded with videos and all sorts of stuff. There's nothing on his social media but a few highlights of him playing football. You don't see nothing. There's nothing on his social media. So if he was taking all of these photos and Snapchats and videos, how come he didn't upload them on his Instagram? How could a kid that's 18 that have an active social media life would have everything stored on his phone and nothing on his social media? Anybody that's active with their cell phone is always posting on social media. If not, you're going to have to delete all that junk from your phone. Guys, my phone fill up immediately because I'm always recording videos. I got to empty these phones. I got to clear them out. I got to get all these images off because I'm always working with my phone. So if the son had all these photos and videos and of his friends and women or whatever, he would have to store it somewhere. So if it's not on his social media, where is it? You know? Nolan did not have an active social media page. So the mother's lying, man. That man looked like he don't even use his phone. You know? And how did she gain access to his phone? If he did, what 18-year-old give his mother his password or whatever? That's none of your business what's on your son's phone. That's like me wanting to go through my daughter's cell phone. I'm not going through her cell phone. That's none of my business. It's none of my business, fam. I could assume what's on her cell phone, but I'm not suspicious like that to, oh, let me see your cell phone. I want to know all your secrets. I want to know everything you're talking about. I don't got time for that, fam. That's her business, fam. You know? Let their business remain their business, bro. There's certain things you don't need to see, bro. Matter of fact, if you were to see some of the things your kids are talking about and doing, it probably will mess you up. It's better that you don't know. Just remember, you were a teenager at one point, right? So we know what we did. We know what we talked about as men. Now think about in today's time with cell phones and all this access. Just imagine what teens are doing on their cell phones and the things they watch. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It is what it is. All I know, as long as I taught my kids, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, that's it. But I don't want to be snooping around on nobody's phone. The mama was snooping around on her son's phone. Ain't no telling what she was doing. Ain't no telling what kind of pictures he had on his phone of himself and the mama all in his business. That's nasty, man.
Like to fish also, and like to go on the boat. Not just fishing, but like to go on the boat, like to go on sunset cruises, like to do it all, on the water, And I mean, Nolan loved to do that too. I mean, he was not like anyone. He was just like everyone else in our friend group. He loved to go on the water and have a good time with the guys, and that's what we did a lot. But 4th of July, everybody was out there. Like I said, like Nolan was always trying to go on the boat, trying to go out there with us, and he was always welcome to come. Nolan was always out there with us, and but started 4th of July. My buddies and I had talked about this week's upcoming. Everybody's very, very excited for the 4th of July from down here. Like it's a big thing.
It's a big deal.
Very, very big deal. And I mean, I actually stayed with Nolan that night at my buddy's house, and I woke up at my buddy's house, and we went to McDonald's, got food. Nolan was not with me. And
do you see that? Nolan stayed at the buddy's house with this dude. So the parents, where was the parents? Obviously the parents know that Nolan is out hanging out. Nolan didn't go home. Nolan was hanging out with all of these guys, and the parents had no problem. Now think about how many times Nolan did this. Mom never questioned nothing. She's questioning now because her son is dead, so she want to blame white people. She wasn't blaming them before. If anything, she wanted her son to hang around white folk. But now that it's not convenient, she want to pull race cards.
I went and got breakfast. I had my buddy's boat hooked up to my truck, and first I ran to my house, then I went to McDonald's and came back, and the boat was already hooked up to my truck. My buddy Wyatt and I went, and with my buddy, and we went, filled the top of the boat off, loaded it down with ice, and just got everything ready. Then Wyatt went and put his smaller boat in the water, which is the Palm Beach. He's an 18-foot Palm Beach, and why I drove the boat from Fort Bayou boat launch to my buddy's grandparents' house, and that's where we all planned to meet up that day. And
you said we all. Who you talking about? You, Nolan, or Nolan, and how many people are going to meet you guys there?
We had roughly 20 to 30 people coming on 3 separate boats with us.
20 to 30 people. YouTubers were saying that 3 to 4 of Nolan's friends was on the boat with just Nolan and they killed him. Do you see how this man's clearing things up? 20 to 30 plus people, fam, on these boats. And we've been hearing all of these lies on social media about 4 white dudes, 3 white dudes. They killed Nolan, lured him in, left him on an island to die. All of that is a lie.
So we were all following each other out there as one big group. You know, it wasn't just me and Nolan and a couple other of my buddies. There was 20 or 30 people spread out where we all met at the dock before, and then we departed to go to Horn Island. It wasn't just a couple of us. I mean, there were so many people, we had to split up between 3 boats, and we all left and all got there at the same time.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's clear, because the statements that are out there made it appear that it was just you, Nolan, and probably 2 or 3 other guys, and y'all are the only ones that went out to this island.
And that's completely incorrect. I mean, Horn Island on the 4th of July is the most popular day to be on the water on, you know, throughout the entire Gulf Coast. I mean, everybody and their mom is on the water on 4th of July, you know. There's no telling. I mean, roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there. There were boats lined up off the island. I mean, there was 3.
Wow. About 4,000 people. Let me see if I heard that correct, because I thought it was like about 1,000 people, but it looked like he said about 2 to 4,000 people. That's a lot.
Roughly probably 2 to 3, maybe even 4,000 people out there. There were boats lined up off the island.
Wow.
I mean, there was 3 rows of boats all the way until my vision ended, until I could see of people there was 1 row of boats, and then there was another row of boats, and then there was a 3rd row of boats.
Yeah.
I mean, there was people lined up.
So basically, if we can kind of picture this, because I don't know how the setup would look, but Officer Tatum was basically showing us how it would look. But just picture a bunch of boats all next to each other, and you just see boats everywhere. Just a sea of boats docked, just, you know, and people everywhere. That's how it was, guys. That's how it was. These social media influencers made you believe that 4 white boys took Nolan out to the island so they could kill him and then take his cell phone and hide. That's not what happened. That's why I'm glad he's telling his story, because the world needs to see it. So again, shout out to Officer Tatum for actually having this man on, because his life is in jeopardy because they put his face out there. And see, that's what's so irresponsible of the mother. And again, to the parents, right? To the parents of these kids, you guys got to really look at what's going on social media and see what could be done in terms of the legalities and the possible harassment your sons faced due to the mother putting out photos, jeopardizing their identity and their safety. Because, okay, Nolan's body comes up. The mother quickly threw out photos, and family threw out photos with Nolan with these buddies, and everybody quickly blamed them. That's wrong, man. The mother should have never put those photos out there. She should have let the investigation go so we could find out what happened. But no, she knew that if you put this photo out and you see these white boys next to Nolan, it's going to get black people involved. She knew what she was doing, y'all. She knew what she was doing. And it worked. It made black people look at white people like, yo, these racist white kids killed this black man, even though he's not black, he's Filipino. And all they were doing was hanging out. That's how they hang out in Mississippi. Just because Mississippi might have a dark past due to racism and various other things, so-called black Americans, man, I get it. There's gonna always be racism in the world, guys. But when are we gonna move forward? When are we going to just ride with the people that ride with us? You know what I'm saying? And stop focusing on all this negativity, man. I cannot wake up every morning worrying about who's a racist, worrying about racist neighbors, worrying about who called me an N-word. Guys, that word don't mean nothing to me. You can call me that word 1,000 times. I don't care. That word don't pay no bills. That word don't do nothing for me. I don't care. You understand? When I was a teenager and I was programmed wrong, yeah, I cared. Because I was young and dumb. I was under the wrong group. And when I would hear a white kid mention that name, it'll be a fight. And then I started to look at myself and I'm like, why do I keep reacting with anger over this word? Am I that word? And I had to really get myself together and realize I'm not no ninja. I'm not none of that stuff. So I'm not going to give these people power over me to the point that all they got to do is say a word and I just start acting like a damn monkey. I don't got time for that, fam. And too many black folk that are under this delusion of racism and hatred, they just keep being reminded of all these injustices against black people, and we acting like white people are just coming against you all day, when in the black community we got way more problems and we don't even address those issues. We got drugs, we got gangs, we got all sorts of problems, no fathers in the home, teen pregnancies, STDs, joblessness, black men don't want to work, the black woman doing everything while this man sitting on his ass. How many black women got to get up in the morning to go to work, and this ninja sitting on his tail? When I was on a 9 to 5, when I was living in New York, I've seen so many black women at work. I'm like, where the men? I mean, of course we had men at work, but all these women are at work. And then when you look at their so-called baby daddy, whatever the case is, this dude is a bum living off this woman while she at work in the snow. And you wondering why these women angry? Of course, anybody would be angry when you the one taking care of these damn kids and this ninja is sitting home playing PlayStation, sneaking women in the house while you at work. We got all these problems, but yet nobody's addressing it. Instead, we want to focus on white people. Oh, the white man, oh yeah, he's our enemy. Okay, so stop working for the white man. If you believe the white man is your enemy, all these HBCUs, all these people that benefit in these colleges, all you folks, all this affirmative action, all of this other mess, hey, don't benefit from none of this stuff. Go out there and fend for yourself and stop using all of these benefits that the white man give you. If you believe the white man is the devil and he's your enemy, quit your job and don't work with him. Go start your own business and let's see how long it lasts. Because all I'm seeing is nothing but hatred. That's all I'm seeing. Do you understand? Did your ancestors free you from slavery? No. You know why? Because they were scared. The white man freed your ancestors from slavery. You were freed, and rather than you go out there and become something successful, instead you want to come online all damn day complaining and playing a damn victim. I'm tired of black folk playing victims every damn day on social media. It's embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing. Any one of you can go out there and be successful if you put in the work. Anybody can be successful. Anybody can drive a nice car. But no, we want to sit around blaming white people all day, blaming the white man. He's holding me back. And then when I speak this truth, you say that I'm buck dancing for the white man and that I'm a coon and a Sambo. No, you're just uneducated and hateful and lazy. And I'm speaking to a lot of these black men. Lazy. You want your woman to do everything while you sit on your ass reaping the benefits. And I'm not talking to the good brothers. I'm not talking to the go-getters. I'm not talking to the black men that are out there taking care of their business. Y'all already know who y'all are. I'm talking to these sorry ass ninjas who sit on their behind all day complaining about the white man, and you wondering why your woman don't respect you. Because she out there going out there getting it. She out there making moves, but you busy making excuses. You busy making excuses. When you go through struggles, guys, let me tell you something. When you go through real struggles in life, where you feel like you're not gonna make it, you know how it feels as a man? Well, I'm pretty sure it feels the same way as a woman. But as a man, as a father, when you got kids, man, and you feel like you can't make it, like your back is against the wall. You trying to provide, you trying to pay these bills, and it just feels like you're at rock bottom, and you're able to figure out a way out through the struggle. You're stressing, you're crying, nobody see your pain, and you going through, and you finally figure out, you know what? I'm gonna use this as motivation. I'm gonna use all this darkness and pain to find my way through, and you figure it out. You begin to see a light at the end of the tunnel. That is what is needed sometime for you to make it in life. That pain, that struggle, it opens you up to opportunities that you didn't even know were there. You start realizing, I didn't even know I had that in me to do it. If it wasn't for that struggle, you wouldn't even be working as hard. You understand? So stop making excuses, man. Stop blaming the white man for your sorry life. If you're not happy with where you are, you got to make better decisions. You're where you are because of the company you keep. You understand? The company you keep. I know this particular brother, I'm not going to mention who he is, right? But let's just say this black man used to hang around a lot of the inner city dudes, and they were out there just doing dirt in the streets. But this man, he had talent. And he pretty much decided to get out of the streets, and he found himself a young lady. This young lady perhaps, or happened to be a white woman. I'm not saying that white women are better than black women, so don't misconstrue what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is that this kid was on the wrong side of the pond. And he was rolling with the wrong crew, getting in trouble. He met this young lady. And this can be with any young lady, not just because she's white, so don't misconstrue what I'm saying. This young lady changed this dude. She didn't do the work for him, but she was the type of woman, based on what I seen, because I know how this dude was. As soon as he met that woman, he started changing up his company, started changing up what he do. Next minute, this dude is a millionaire. This young man is a millionaire, fam. How? He met the right woman. He met the right woman. He started making decisions for his life, and she saw the potential in this man. She didn't do the work for him. She was just there for him, building him up. He got out in the damn streets, decided to grind, hustle, do what he had to do to make it, and he made something of himself. And I'm telling you, when this dude was in the street, he was a piece of shit. He was a good for nothing ninja. But he changed his life because he found somebody that believed in him. He always had talent. He just didn't use it. Sometimes you need to be the right people, the right friends, the right group, the right circle that believe in you and see who you really are. And they can motivate you. When you're surrounded by a bunch of dogs, a bunch of vampires and NPCs, they're not going to help you to build up your potential and see the greatness in you. They want you to stay at the bottom. Nobody want to see you be successful if you're with a bunch of toxic people. Toxic people, they don't want to see you make it, man. If you're a black man, get away from the hood, bro. I'm not saying to forget where you came from. You need to forget the ghetto, bro. Forget them damn ninjas. They not going with you. Too many times we want to carry the damn hood with us. We can't carry them with us. You need to get up, strap up your boots, and go out there and grind and struggle and make something of yourself. You only got one life, man. Stop sitting online talking about white supremacy all day. Go out there and find some new friends. Find some new buddies. Do something different, man. You'll be surprised the kind of people out there. There are people out there, fam, that think like you. People that are go-getters. You need to hook up with those people, man. Nolan was around a group of guys that were cool with him. Y'all trying to paint it like he was with a bunch of damn racists. No, I'm glad those were Nolan friends because they kept him on boats. They kept him fishing. They kept him off the street from thugging. Because if he was hanging with Marquise and them in the hood, he would be selling drugs. He wouldn't be going to college. How many young men you see going to college that are melanated skin? So if he's hanging with a group of kids that's keeping him out of trouble, that's a win-win right there. But because he had a freak accident and he died, y'all trying to make it a race issue when this kid right here, you don't know what kind of life this kid lived. You don't know what kind of parents he got. You don't know his struggles. But no, let's make it a race issue. Let's condemn him. Let's do that. It's wrong, man. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, man. Shout out to this is Marlene. Shout out to you for the joining the membership. Appreciate you stopping by, supporting the show. Hope you have a wonderful stay. You know, come into the live chat, kind of just have conversations with the people, you know? And again, shout out to Jay Wash for suggesting that I keep my chat on members only because it was getting really toxic, guys. It was getting very, very toxic, and I'm glad that you pointed that out. You know what I'm saying? You said, hey, make it private, man. Members only. And I'm like, because I thought it would have been counterproductive to the growth of the platform. But then when I really see it, a lot of viewers, man, this is why as a content creator, I'm trying to be better because I understand that a lot of viewers, when they come to the platform, they don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of noise, man. Reading a bunch of comments with evil and a bunch of filth. They don't want to be around that mess. It's similar to going into a nice restaurant. You go into a restaurant, you want to hear nice music playing, people well dressed, you know? Everybody look classy, clean, depending on if it's a classy environment, formal, whatever, you know, casual dress code, whatever the case is, you want to go into an environment that is clean, peaceful. But if you go into a restaurant, they playing a bunch of trap music, talking about drugs and killing, sexy red mess and all this other garbage, people pants sagging. That's not the place you want to be at, man. So likewise on social media, if people come to your platform and they see your live chat and it's a bunch of poison and toxicity, it's going to discourage them to even want to even post a comment. Why would you want to post? You know? So that's why I'm glad it's members only. So if you're not a member, become a member today. Right? Let's rewind this back a little bit and get back into this commentary. Let's go.
One row of boats, and then there was another row of boats, and then there was a third row of boats.
Yeah.
I mean, there was people lined up all up and down the island to where, I mean, who knows? I mean, and that wasn't just, we were parked on the north side, on the west tip. It wasn't just there. I mean, there's tons of people packed out on the south side and on the east end and in the middle of the island. But just where we were, I mean, there was easily 1,000 people. It wasn't just us.
Let's go back a little bit.
Wow.
I want to go back to you guys at the dock, getting on the boat. You're saying there's multiple people, probably 20 or 30 people getting on 3 boats.
Right.
What boat were you on and what boat was Nolan on?
Nolan was on Wyatt 22 Triton. On the way out, I went with my buddy Bart because we had a lot of friends from college coming down. And I called Bart that morning. I was like, hey, man, can you take your boat out? And he was like, yeah, well, my dad's decided not to go, and I'll take the boat. And
Appreciate the flowers. Appreciate that.
You and your friends, of course. I mean, he's a buddy of mine. And so Bart pulled up at the dock, and I mean, I rode out there with Bart and a lot of the girls that go to college with my friends and I, and Nolan rode out on the Triton, and then we had a Palm Beach, 18 Palm Beach. There was 4 guys on that. There was like 8 people on the Triton, and then there was 8 or 9 people on the Triton, and then there was the rest of the group, which was probably ranged from maybe 10 to 15 or 16 people on my buddy's tide line, which is 24 tide line.
And so you guys get on, and I know a little bit more than the audience do because we went out there a little earlier because I wanted to see exactly what the drive was like, what the dock was like, how far it is out there.
Of course.
But I want you to tell, the audience, like, what was this trip like? How was the waters? Did you guys do anything in between the time you rode and the time you get to the island? Was there music? Is it like a big party? Like, what is that?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously music's blasting. It's 4th of July, man. I mean,
I told you guys, music was there. Loud music. Loud. You see those speakers there? You see that? See that there? Those people probably had those type of Bluetooth speakers that have batteries booming. So they had loud music, drinks, women, people smoking, possible fireworks. I talk about that in my walk and talk video. I did a walk and talk video yesterday. I didn't upload it yet, but I'm going to upload that as well, where I was talking about this video. So when you see that video, you're going to hear me say that I'm going to be going live later on. You know what I'm saying? I didn't upload it yet, but nonetheless, I shared a lot of information in that video as well. But these folks were really partying. And it's not like he's there to babysit Nolan. You got to understand, guys, when you're out as a teenager and you partying and hanging out, you're pretty much doing your own thing, fam. And let's just be real. Let's just be real. When you go to these kind of events, fam, these guys are going out there to get these girls, bro. Let's just call it what it is. We hanging out with friends, we politicking, we doing what we do. But the bottom line, where the shorties at? Where they at? Nolan found one. He said, I'm going to go chill with her. It's not up to him to babysit Nolan. Do you understand that? So why are you blaming him? It makes no sense.
Everybody's really excited. And I mean, we had a lot of people loaded down. So obviously our biggest, we're just trying to make sure everybody, gets out there safe. And so, I mean, on the way out there, it was pretty calm. I think it was blowing like 3 or 4 knots. I mean, the waters were clear. It was a great day to be on the water. Sunshine.
So now, when he say 3 or 4 knots, he's talking about the speed, right? So it's not like it was a lot of activity. They was just kind of just chilling. They was just there doing their thing, having fun. And I don't know if any of you ever been on a boat, but people put their cell phones up. You ain't going to have a cell phone in the water. You ain't going to be in the water swimming with a cell phone in your hand. Like, hey, man, who swims with one hand? If you in the water, you need both hands, right? Okay, so why would your cell phone and your keys be with you? You gonna keep your cell phone in your pocket in salt water? Okay, make that make sense, guys.
Not cloudy at all. And I mean, it was a great day to be out there on 4th of July. And so, I mean, we followed each other out, and I mean, it was calm. It was calm. On the way back, it was a little more rough, but it was not anything all my buddies' boats couldn't handle, or like it wasn't like we were getting really beat up or anything. I mean, it was pretty calm.
And so you guys get out there. I'm assuming that you line
Pretty calm, meaning the waves, meaning the boat. It's pretty calm.
boats up, because I'm envisioning the picture of getting out there and there's hundreds of boats. Mm-hmm. There's thousands of people. Yeah. So it wasn't just you guys on a deserted island with
Of course not.
a few people. This is thousands of people out there.
Right.
And there's a lot of people doing what? What does it look like when you first pull up?
I pull up, and we pulled up at 10:30. I mean, it wasn't, early afternoon. I mean, it wasn't, but 10:30 is, still pretty early in the day. And when we got there, there was already 3 rows of boats lined up all the way, like I said, until I could see. And
when you say all you can see, you're speaking about miles.
Yeah.
Of boat. When we went out there earlier today, but when we went out there, the island is massive.
Correct.
I mean, it's several miles long.
Roughly 10 to 12 miles. I mean, it's...
So you think that...
And keep in mind, guys, Officer Tatum actually went to the island. He ain't just on YouTube talking. He actually went out there. So he put money behind this. Like this interview here, he put money behind this. To get this exclusive interview, he had to really reach out to this kid, and this kid had to trust him. Now, the only reason why this kid did this interview, he had to look at Officer Tatum's work and realize that, okay, he's really trying to seek the truth. You know, like how I am. I'm focusing on the truth. And I'm tired of these grifters, these race hustlers, and these damn liars every day. They're on YouTube right now. They're already spreading lies right now, guys, based on the autopsy. I can't keep up with all these lies, man. It's too many lies. That's why we need more voices of reason that combat these lies, you know? And it would be great to hear from more of Nolan's friends. It would be great to hear from more of them. Don't be afraid to speak, because what happens is they want you guys to be afraid. They put up $100,000. It's up to $125,000, the reward. They trying to get you guys to feel so uncomfortable that you stay quiet so you can look like you're guilty. This kid coming forward to speak actually clears him. Don't let them shut you up where you're not speaking. Come online and actually share your truth about what happened, so you can shut down these damn liars and grifters from making all this money while painting you guys as if though you unalived your friend. Let's go.
Boats were stretching from one end to the next, or just a small area of about a mile or less than a mile of boats?
Well, I mean, I think there was boats all the way around the entire island, but I think some spots were more popular than others. Like the west tip is usually very, very crowded on the 4th of July.
I actually seen the photos of, it's like, I'm not sure if somebody had a drone or something, but there was like an aerial view. And when I tell you guys, they had boats, it was packed. I'm talking about going all the way around the island. Packed. And it's so big, the island, it's like, it's almost like the spot to chill. Like, let's say, for example, you got your own boat. You come from a family, y'all got a boat. You could literally go on that island for a date. Literally. You could literally bring your shorty to that island. Y'all could really chill. Dock your boat, put it up, do whatever you got to do. You could really do your thing. It's like a little island to just chill. And everybody was there. But they wanted you to believe that, oh, it was just Nolan and these killers, you know what I mean? These white boys, you know? They're just savages, man. And man, guys, I'm going to expose all these YouTubers, man. I'm going to make a video where I'm going to call out all their names. Like, I'm going to literally have like a thumbnail featuring everybody's face of all these grifter YouTubers, man. There's some of these channels, man, I can't stand them, bro. Every day they post a video, it's rage bait, race hustling. And a lot of these people be claiming they with the most high, like they following God, and they're sick. Every chance they get, they rage bait to get black people angry.
And everybody knows that. So that's where a lot of people park because they want to be around other people. And the East End's a little more, there's not as many people, but there's still a lot of boats out there. I mean, it's not like no one, I mean, every area of Horn Island is covered 100%.
Wow. So you get out there, y'all jump out. What do? You know, when I say jump out, you obviously not just sitting on the boat. The island is there. Like, what exactly are people doing there? Like, are you spending more time in the water, on the island, in the boat? Like, how is that?
Good
how does
question.
that look out there?
I mean, everybody, as soon as you get there, I mean, there's people on boats, yeah, grabbing drinks and, you know, food, whatever
Drinks.
else. Like, I mean, everybody is fully prepared for the 4th of July. They bring, you know, all the drinks and food that they need because, I mean, they've been preparing for 4th for a little while now. But when we got there, I helped my buddies tie the boats up because the tie line was right here, the Palm Beach was in the middle, and then the Triton was on the outer side. And there was about a drop off from where the bow was. I mean, if you jumped off the bow, you were probably about neck deep in water. But if you got off the stern, you were probably waist deep in water. I mean, but when we got there, we tied up, got, you know, bow and rear anchor set, and we tied up all the boats, made sure they were good, and everyone just got on the water. And then eventually, next thing you know, it's our group. And then, you know, next thing you know, there's 50 other people around us. And then it just grew and grew as the day came on. And, you know, I mean, that's just how it was. Everybody's drinking, you know, I mean, it's 4th of July. Everyone's just trying to enjoy themselves. And, you know, it's a big party, basically. Big party.
You see that? Everybody was drinking. Big party. It was a lot of people out there, guys. He literally said about 2,000 to 4,000 people, man. Boats everywhere. A lot of people. They just out there having fun. Just having fun doing their thing. But these guys are being blamed for Nolan's death. We don't know what happened. Crump gave you a sorry, garbage autopsy. We've been waiting and waiting for this autopsy. We reviewed the tapes. Make sure you check out that live stream that I did yesterday. Nothing. They don't got no information. They didn't provide us no information, guys, about the case. When it came to the cause of death of Nolan, they said still pending investigation. I'm like, man, they playing themselves, man. They supposed to have the results already. You know, this don't make no sense at all, bro. Shout out to CJ Brewster. Shout out to you for joining the membership. Appreciate you stopping by and joining Team Ringo. You know, let me see. It says, just came across your channel. Can't tell you how refreshing it is to come across a channel that uses logic and not hate. Appreciate that. That's exactly the focal point of what we focus on is logic. You understand? Because a lot of people, see, all right, let me put it like this. Social media is a business, right? Which means influencers get paid. Now, what a lot of viewers don't know, and I try to educate them about this, is that if you're a black influencer, in order to get really paid on YouTube, you can make a lot of money, you got to join this niche that is called rage bait. That is a niche. Don't let nobody fool you. Rage bait is a niche on YouTube. Now, there's different kinds of rage bait. When it comes to black people, the rage bait that you want to use in this niche is you got to post videos that involve a white person doing something to a black person. Or if a black person died, let's just blame a white person type content. Let's just blame somebody that's white. That kind of content will make you a lot of money because you gotta push it in order to enrage black viewers, not white viewers, because they're not even gonna watch your videos. Black people are gonna gravitate towards that because they already have an issue internally due to racism, their blood of their ancestors, and they're constantly reminded due to all these civil rights movements and madness that keep them dumbed down. So if you make content like that, that's gonna make you a lot of money. A lot of viewers don't understand that they're being programmed via social media from that kind of content. I can't do that content. I won't be able to sleep at night knowing that I'm lying to people all day. And I can do that kind of content and get away with it and nobody wouldn't even know. Let me give you a little example. Watch this. What's going on, brothers and sisters? I want to talk about this next video, man, of a white trucker. This happened out in Mississippi. It's a breaking story that just came down the pipeline. This white trucker, he went to go get gas. And upon going to the gas station, I cannot believe, guys, you have to, give me a minute, guys, so I can pretty much get my mind right, man. I can't believe what this trucker did to this young black innocent girl. I apologize, guys. I'm just, as a father, I'm kind of like overwhelmed with what this man did to this baby, man. He went into the gas station and he asked to use the bathroom. Little did he know there was a little girl in the bathroom. He went to open the door didn't open, but then the door opened and the little girl was coming out. He opened the door and pushes the little girl in and closes the door. What he did to that baby. What he did to that baby, fam, is... Do you see my point? Do you see that? Do you see how I was able to do that? Did I have you going? Were you interested in the story? Were you feeling bad for the child? That's called rage bait. And some of these guys are good actors. They know how to perform. They know how to make you get involved. And that's what they do, guys. Rage bait. Now, I just made that story up. I just made it up off the top of my head. But that's what they do on YouTube. They'll make up stories. I see people using AI videos. They'll create an AI video of a white guy doing something to a black person, and they're reacting to an AI video, and the whole audience is dumbed down. They believe it. You see? Somebody says, yeah, you got me on that one, bro. I was waiting for it too. See what I'm saying? All I had to do is just act a little bit, guys. Now imagine if I set up a channel and I just start making content like that all day, bro. Fake stories, lying, manipulating, just to get black people angry, bro. I'll make a bunch of money. But I can't do that. I can't do that, man. I refuse to do that stuff, fam. I just try to be honest with the people. It might be a slow process, but eventually I'll find my tribe, my audience that actually rock with me. Just like everybody else that find their own tribe. I don't gotta lie in order to get clicks and views, man.
Yeah, so y'all pretty much having a good time. Just like anybody would imagine, 18-year-olds, probably 20-year-olds, college students, out on the island, women, you probably had alcohol. Of so course, y'all having a good time. Yeah, of course. And so where's Nolan in this? You know, you guys out there, the friend groups are out there, 3 boats full of people that came out there that seem to be the closest friend group. Right. Where's Nolan in this in comparison to where you and others are at?
All right.
You know, I had a couple conversations with Nolan that day, and I talked to him and a couple of my other buddies. They are in a group. I was not focused on anyone solely like looking and pointing anyone out because there's so many people out there. I mean, I was talking to my friends that I haven't seen in a while from high school. I was talking from people I knew from college. I was talking to, everybody my age and even people older than us were, over there. Like, I mean, it was just a regular thing. We're all used to this. We've been out to the islands before. My buddies don't just go out to the island on 4th of July, but they go out, every weekend. Like, I fish the islands. I don't just, fish around Horn Island. I fish around Ship Island too. So I'm very familiar with the islands. And
Now, let me pause it there so we can talk, guys. These young men been at that island all the time. Remember, Nolan mothers confirmed that. Remember the video that we did, guys? I showed you the tape where Nolan's mom said he always went to the island with his buddies. And he always came back home. But notice one piece of evidence that's in this video that is very, very truthful, is that he said he spoke with everybody. He wasn't there babysitting Nolan, man. When you're a young guy, man, all this testosterone, the women probably got a few drinks in your systems. You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen some of these people in a long time. It's like a whole family gathering out there. Just everybody having fun. Have you ever had fun before? Some of y'all need to have some fun. But if you ever had fun as a teenager, I had a great teenage life, fam, as a teenager. We had fun. We had fun. So I could just imagine they were probably out there partying hard. College kids, the popular dudes, you meeting old buddies. Hey, what's going on, bro? So no, it's not like he was there babysitting Nolan. He spoke with Nolan here and there, but Nolan is doing his own thing. He's doing his own thing. That guy is doing his own thing. Everybody doing their own thing, man. These are young men, guys. Young men, 18, 19, bro. Let's go.
I feel like it was just a big. I talked to Nolan, and Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking. Most of everybody.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that, guys? This is why the family of Nolan Wells is hiding the first autopsy. They don't want you to know that Nolan was drinking. Didn't I tell you? Put a 1, guys. If you heard me in all my videos investigating this story, I told you that Nolan was drinking and that they're going to find autopsy in his system. What did his buddy say? Nolan was drinking. All of them were drinking. Guys, if you're a teenager, you hanging out with your buddies, bro, you drinking. Ain't no way you hanging out with us and you ain't having a glass, bro. You drinking too. Everybody drinking. Everybody drinking. I remember, we hanging out. I ain't gonna say the location. I don't want to get nobody in trouble. But me and my work buddies, we hanging out. And I see a bottle appear. And, they doing their thing. And they was like, man, you hanging out? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna chill here. It's like, man, you ain't gonna have a drink? I was like, nah, I'm good. Man, you need a drink, bro. What? Man, you ain't gonna be over here hanging with us. You don't got no drink. So I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I go have me a little drink. And we start bugging out. And, once you have a little drink in you, man, that liquid courage come in you, bro. And you start really going wild. So you could just imagine the atmosphere out there where everybody just having fun. They got the women, they doing whatever they doing. They smoking. I never smoked, so I don't know nothing about weed, cigarettes. I never smoked a day in my life. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I had a couple of drinks, and stuff like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And you got to get into the mindset of young men partying, having a great time. Music is blasting. It's hot. The weather's nice. You vibing. Bro, that's like a once in a lifetime thing. You're living it up. You never lived a little bit? Or some of y'all so stiff, you never lived at all, bro. Come on, stop it, man. Stop it. I remember when I was about, let me see, probably like 16 years old, fam. 16 years old, no cap. I'm working in the barbershop in Brooklyn, a barbershop named King Cuts on East 37 and 38 Street on Church Avenue. The B-35 bus stopped right in front of the barbershop. Shout out to everybody in Brooklyn in that area. Maybe some of you probably watching, you probably like, oh snap, that is that barber that used to work there. Yeah, when I was a teenager. The clothing designer, the pioneer of urban wear, Carl Kanai, used to always come to that barbershop. Lift my hand to the Most High. I lift my hand to the Most High. Carl Kanai, the urban clothing designer, the king of urban wear, the one who started it all, Carl Kanai, before he even blew up, used to come to that barbershop selling t-shirts. You understand me? By this time, he a multi-millionaire. He already blew up. He remember where he came from. He Panamanian too. He came to the barbershop. He had a big birthday bash at the, I believe it was the Supper Club. I'm 16. How the hell I get into the Supper Club? I'm rolling with the big boys. You know what I'm saying? Big cars, big Mercedes-Benz, BMWs. He invite the whole barbershop. I'm there with grown dudes. I get into the club. I'm living it up. My first time having access to this world. I'm like, oh snap, I'm seeing grown women. Not no regular 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old girls. Grown women. And I'm in the club as a 16-year-old. In the club, music blasting, women all over the place. They throwing women on me. I'm 16, bro. Grown women. They was like, you want something to drink? I'm like, yeah, let me get some iced tea. Cause I ain't want to drink. I'm 16, bro. But you know, you hanging around these grown dudes. Some of y'all probably like 16. This is not right. This is wrong. Bro, stop it. I'm trying to show you real life, bro. Cause a lot of y'all, you got sons, you got daughters. You don't know what the hell they doing out there. I'm giving you the real. I'm in the club. I'm like, damn, man, look at all these women, bro. These baddies, bro. Man, they coming around me. They grabbing my face. They going like this. Women, they rubbing on me. I'm like, oh my goodness, bro. I'm in heaven. So they're like, yeah, you want something to drink? I'm like, yeah, let me get some iced tea. I don't really want nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Some iced tea. They're like, oh, some iced tea? Okay, we're going to give you some Long Island iced tea. Bro, they gave me some iced tea. I'm thinking it's iced tea. Remember, I'm 16, bro. It's Long Island iced tea. You know anything about Long Island iced tea, fam? That's a combination of multiple different drinks. I'm like, okay, I didn't know the iced tea is like this, but here we go. Bro, I threw that whole thing down, bro. Next minute, I'm like this. It was like I was on a boat. Everything is going sideways. I'm like this. What the heck? Next minute, bro, I'm laying on the ground, looking up, seeing women walking over me, people walking around. I'm like, so all the barbers and them, they come through. They was like, yo, what happened to you, bro? You had a drink, man? Who gave them a drink, bro? What you drink? They said they gave me some iced tea. Bro, y'all gave him Long Island iced tea, man? Hey, get him up, bro. So they getting me up. Everybody laughing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a great time. I'm sitting down. They get some other chick. She's giving me a lap dance, bro. I'm 16, bro. I'm in this club with millionaires, bro. Living it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make you understand. On that island, that was the spot where everything went down, bro. You know? Ain't no telling what kind of fun Nolan was having or what he was doing. But one thing you must get. Nolan was drinking. He was. And the family don't want you guys to know that. That's why they don't want to show us the first autopsy, because if it show us that Nolan was drinking, it raises new questions of what went wrong. Could he have been in the water, drinking, got a cramp, hit his head, fell down, got hit by a boat, fell in the boat, fell outside the boat on another boat, hit his head, went in the water. Nobody saw him. And he's in the water struggling for his life and he drowned. Nobody's seen him. Look at a case of a Ken Liverpool, black man who lost his life celebrating a birthday. with his black friends. He's at the bow of the boat, dancing, drinking, alcohol's in the system. Somehow he loses his balance because the boat is moving. He falls into the water. Nobody saw him when he fell in. And he drowned. And he's dead, guys. He's dead. The man lost his life. And for those of you who don't know about that story, guys, who have no clue who that dude is, let me put this on the screen so you guys are aware of who he is. This is that black man. Akin Liverpool. He died the exact same way like Nolan Wells. On a boat with his buddies, but this time his buddies was all black. His buddies were all black. That's why nobody's talking about the story. You don't see black YouTubers talking about this kid. Nobody talking about. I think this dude was like what? Between 18 to 23. Tops. I think he was 23. And he dead. Lost his life while out celebrating his birthday. And his family is trying to figure out what happened. It was a freak accident. That's what happened. And now they on GoFundMe trying to get rich, talking about they want $100,000. No. Don't get them no money, man. At first, I was trying to promote that family, thinking, okay, let me promote this family because they suffered a loss. And when I went to the GoFundMe, I'm realizing, yo, y'all up the goal? The goal never said 100,000 before. They see Nolan Wells GoFundMe going up to 800,000. They're like, yo, we got to get this paper too. We got to get this money. I'm like, nah, I ain't promoting you like that, bro. You trying to get paid off your son's death? Nah. Let me rewind it back so we get back to the content. If you're new to the channel, guys, be sure to subscribe. Also, hit that like button, guys. We need those likes to hit 1,000. Let's go.
I feel like it was just a big. I talked to Nolan, and Nolan was drinking. Everybody was drinking.
Wow.
Most of everybody, and I mean, Nolan seemed completely fine every time I talked to him. We had just regular conversations, and Nolan was making me laugh. I had a couple conversations with Nolan and Javon, Nolan and my buddy James, Nolan, and I mean, I could tell you, I mean, I talked to Nolan a couple times, but it wasn't like I was strictly sitting there talking to Nolan the whole day. I mean, there was hundreds of people I knew out there. So
think about what he's saying, guys. He's not saying that, hey, I was with Nolan the whole time. It was thousands of people out there. He was talking with everybody. He had conversations with Nolan. He would interact with Nolan, but he wasn't there to babysit Nolan. Y'all acting like his friends was be his babysitters and whatnot. Nolan's a young man, bro, making his own decisions. Whatever decision Nolan made, it cost him his life. Can we accept that? Can we accept that he made a decision? It cost him his life. It was some sort of freak accident, and nobody knows, fam. But to sit here and keep blaming people, that's being irresponsible with your platform, man. And a lot of people are doing that, man. A lot of people. So much so that this is what they're doing on social media right now. This is what they're doing, guys. Let me get it for you. This is what they're doing on social media right now.
About it, nigga. Stop trying. Get on here talking about Nolan Wells and y'all ain't
Hold on.
stop for him, nigga.
Watch this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Is this it? Oh, here we go.
Him and his other friends, his white friends, murdered fucking Nolan. It's not his best friend.
So let's do something about it, nigga. Stop trying. Get on here talking about Nolan Wells and y'all ain't gonna slide for him, nigga. Let's go find him. Let's go find his friends and go do something. If y'all ain't trying to do that, I don't want to hear shit, nigga. A black man just sat there and interviewed this white boy, knowing they could have possibly killed their fucking friend, which was a black man, Nolan Wells.
Nolan Wells was not a black man. Nolan Wells is Filipino, guys. But you see how everybody think Nolan Wells is a so-called African American? That's why we have these problems, guys. And you got this dude doing all this evil.
Find them and make them fucking confess to that shit. On my mama, that's the only way we're gonna get justice from now on. Stop waiting for the white man to give us justice. The white man is gonna always look out for his people. Fuck y'all niggas. Do something. Tired of this shit, nigga. Niggas wanna have a fucking history lesson and wanna talk and shit. Nigga, let's do something, nigga. Let's get our power back, nigga. Stop letting them people kill ours, bro. Let's end this shit, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie though, y'all pissing me off. Keep saying this nigga was his best friend. That nigga was not his best friend. The autopsy shows that this nigga murdered him. Him and his other friends, his white friends, murdered fucking Nolan. It's not his best friend.
So let's do something about it, nigga. Stop trying to get.
Do you see what we got to deal with? This is why I do my videos, guys, to combat this evil that you see on social media. Do you see how they're falsely accusing the white boy of killing Nolan with no facts, no evidence, no nothing? That's what's going on social media. And that's just one of 1,000 videos that are spreading hate and violence, putting batteries in people's backs to go out there and commit crimes. That's what's going on right now, guys. They're trying to get people to go out there, commit crimes and acts of violence because they're upset that Nolan is dead. And nobody don't know how. Even Ben Crump don't know how because his autopsy results was horrible. It didn't even provide no answers or solutions to what's going on, man. You know? Let me see. What's crazy is Javon is supposed to be the closest to him out of all the friends. He was there on the island. Why didn't he make sure Nolan made it back? Where's the smoke for him? But see, here's the thing. It's nobody's responsibility to make sure you get back. Right? Your job is to make sure you get back. That's your job. See, we're putting responsibility on people like we're children. No. If you're grown enough to go to that island, then you're grown enough to make a decision on whether you want to stay or whether you want to go. Nolan wanted some pussy. Let's just call it what it is. Nolan was there. He had some drinks. He was feeling himself. He stayed back for some woman or whatever the case is. I don't know what happened after that. And remember, while he's staying back, there's probably other people there too. Think about that. Not just other people, because I'm not accusing them of doing something to him. But my point is, we're saying, well, somebody had to see something because white people are being blamed for it. And then they keep talking about, well, you know, Mississippi have this history. So why you live in Mississippi? If you have such a problem with Mississippi's history, why you live there? I wouldn't live there if I'm that fearful of white people. I wouldn't live there. You got a lot of black folk that live in Mississippi, and they don't got no problems like that. There might be some racists out there, but at the end of the day, they're not dealing with all these problems. They're not. You're responsible for your own life, people. You. I'm not looking at his friends like, oh, if you were really Nolan friends, you would have made sure he get home. And that's not their responsibility, man. If Nolan is with a woman and Nolan decide I'm staying back, I'm not done, then what are you going to pull him? The only time as a friend you step in is if we at the bar and Nolan is getting ready to go in his car and drive and it's clear he drunk. Then obviously a friend is not going to let a friend drive drunk. Do you understand? So if anything, either one of us will be the designated driver or, you know, we're going to catch a cab for him or something. Leave the car there. Especially if we all been drinking. If we all drinking, then nobody ain't driving. We're going to just call a cab. That's what we would do. In that situation, that is what a friend would do. But if we at the bar and we leaving and Nona's like, hey, I'm staying at the bar. I'm not done drinking. I'm like, bro, we out, dog. You don't want to come? Nah, I'm good. All right, cool, stay. I'm not responsible for no other dude, bro. I can only be responsible for me and what I choose to do, man. That's just the way life is, man. Um, Shout out to Rain. Shout out to you for joining the membership. Let me see. Then why you wait, quote, then why you live in Mississippi made me join. Hey, it is what it is, man. It's a true statement when you really think about it. If black folk are that concerned about the history of Mississippi, we're not denying the history, but when are we going to make the history be history? When? When are we going to just let history go and leave the past back there and let's move forward so our children's children don't have to have that type of mindset, man? That's what I'm focused on, man. I don't want my girls growing up like, oh, white people, they don't like us. And I don't want them thinking like that, man. That's toxic, man. I want them to know that when they go out there in the world, they can make it. And they could be successful. And there's nothing preventing them from being successful. There's no advantages. I'm not one of them folks of, oh, well, the white man have better opportunities and he can get places quicker. As a black man, you got to work 100 times harder. That's just something you got to understand, son. I don't want no child of mine thinking like that. I want them to know. This is why you got to come from a family that understand not only the struggle, but they understand what success look like. Because if you come from a family that been through the fire, been through the dark waters, and they were able to rise up to the occasion and be successful, now you got all the tools necessary for your children's children for them to be successful, where they won't ever have to go through ever the things you had to go through. I don't want my kids going through the struggles I've been through. I don't want them knowing what that feels like. A lot of times in the black community, we be wanting our children to struggle. You'll discourage your kids from getting their own place rather than encouraging them to go out there and lead a nest. We should never want our children to struggle. We should want them to do better than us by sacrificing what we can, because we're not going to be here forever, gang. My mom is not here no more, fam. She died of cancer, in her mid to early 60s, bro. So she died before she could see what I'm doing now. And I haven't made it to where I want to be. I'm still going through the struggle. At the same time, I'm still working hard towards those goals. But my mom, she didn't live long enough to see where I'm at now, bro. I would have loved for her to still be alive, bro. She'll be at this house right now living here. I would let her live here. Because we already knew she had cancer. We knew she was going to die. We already knew that. But if I would have already been here, I would have her be here so she could live her final hours, man. We would have took care of her. We would have made sure she good till her final moments. We're not going to always be here. So we got to make sure that we sacrifice for our kids. This is why I keep telling you guys, if you and your old lady having problems, whether you had a divorce, whether you separated, whether you baby mama drama, whatever situationship you got going on, right? You need to have a good relationship with your ex. A good relationship. Communicate and stop the bullshit. You understand? Why? Because we got to take care of these kids. We're not going to always be here. But we got to keep that door of communication open. See, this is why the black community got so many problems. Because we don't got mature people having mature conversations anymore. Everybody is dumbed down and docile and delusional. We need men to be men, women to be women. Women, stop being selfish. Stop thinking about yourself. Men, stop being selfish. Stop thinking about yourself. You got kids. So let's put away the bull crap. Let's sit down at the round table and let's break bread. Talk to your old lady. Let her know what it is. If she got a new dude, it is what it is. Just respect her situation and be like, look, you know what I'm saying? I know we have our issues, we have our differences. At the same time, I wanted to have this conversation with you and let her listen. Let her talk if she need to, and just be like, look, we've been dealing with this type of issue for a long time. This is our daughter. This is our son. I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure that I'm providing. I'm going to respect your situation. If you need me, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold anything against you because we broke up. Woo, woo. I'm not going to go through all that nonsense. Whatever my child need, our child, make sure you say our child, not my child. Our child, our children, right? Whatever they need, you let me know. If I got it, you got it. Even if you got this new man, whatever, this is our child. We got to make sure that they good. I don't want no drama. I don't want to keep arguing, all this. We don't got time for that, man. Keep that open door conversation. You go to your old lady, your ex, whatever, make sure everything is respectful. You ain't trying to go over there because you trying to fuck. Keeping it a buck with you, right? You over there because you trying to have this conversation because you focusing on your child. Now, if she don't got no dude and it is what it is, and your old lady trying to break you off, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to show you, keep everything respectful. You ain't going over there because you trying to smash. You there because you trying to make sure that you spending time with your kids. And let her see that. You understand? Don't wait for your old lady to tell you what and what your daughter need. Use your damn brain, bro. School coming up, child need books. You know mama can go buy the books, but beat her to the punch. Hey, I just came to drop off some books, book bag, and all this other stuff. I got a few items in the trunk. Let me go get that real quick. How you doing? You doing good? Oh, y'all good? Y'all good? Yeah, I just came to drop off a few things. I know you're going to most likely get her school stuff and whatnot, but I just came to drop off a few extra things for I know it's school time coming up. Also, here's a few dollars, get a couple of groceries, and it is what it is. She ain't asked you for nothing. She probably got a dude already, but that don't matter. That's your child. Do you understand? Your child wants snacks too. So put the money in her hand. Don't worry about what she's doing with it, because I'm going to tell you what this does to that woman. When you are focusing on taking care of your babies and you put that money in her hand, you're like, go get her favorite snacks. You know what I'm saying? Or you bring the snacks. If you don't feel comfortable putting the money in her hand, you go to the supermarket and get them snacks and bring your baby. I guarantee you that woman gonna respect you, man. She gonna be like, damn, I don't know why I broke up with this dude. It's like this dude is doing, she gonna feel some type of way like, damn, this man is really a good man. Or it could be the other way around. It could be your woman coming to visit you because you got the baby. And you see her doing the right thing now, and y'all got this good cordial relationship and it's respectful. That is what we need, man. So that these kids got a chance at life, bruh. We already lived, bro. We already made all the mistakes. We already had the good, the bad, and ugly. We already suffered. These kids is innocent. They didn't live life yet. So our job as parents is to sacrifice everything. Fuck your life, bro. Your kids come first now. You a grown-ass man, she's a grown-ass woman. We got to take care of them kids right now. If everybody have that mindset and everybody's respectful, these kids have a better opportunity because we did our part. See, most of our parents, they didn't put us in a position. They didn't give us the tools. We had to go out there and build up our life with no tools, man. We had to use our bare knuckles, our hands, in order to build up our life, bro. We had to struggle, figuring it out. Some of y'all still struggling, trying to figure it out. You a grown-ass man, 30, 40, 50, still trying to figure it out. Ain't nothing wrong with that if you still trying. But if you got babies to take care of, right, they come first. They come first. You know? They need that. Make sure you call your babies. Call them up. Call your old lady. Hey, let me talk to let me talk to my daughter. Where's she at? Let me talk to my son. Hey, how you doing now? You good? All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. I just called to say happy birthday. I couldn't be there, but I'm gonna try to swing by, like, sometime next week. You know what I mean? We're gonna play catch, go to the park, and do some things. Oh yeah. Definitely. Oh, you want that game? All right, I'm gonna definitely got that for you, man. Yeah. Love you now. That's what you got to do, because that's what they're gonna remember. Them kids are gonna remember those phone calls. They're gonna remember those visits. But if you don't do your job, the mama might end up putting a bad vibe on the child. And this is why, as a woman, let me talk to you now. Don't go out there bad mouthing your baby daddy because, you had a fallout, divorce, separation, whatever the case is. He's still the father of y'all babies. Maybe he wasn't developed the way he was supposed to be. Maybe, he didn't have the tools, but still show respect. That is the father of the children. You got to show him respect. I understand y'all got y'all drama. I know. But for the sake of these babies, don't tell them a bad story. Don't tell them their father ain't shit. Don't feed them kids that mess, man. Instead, do this, right? Let's say he wasn't really there. But like, look, your daddy loves you, but he's not here. I know. Let's just say he had a lot of issues. And it really was a distraction for him to the point where he couldn't really be the man that he could have been. But just know that he do love you guys. And we're going to get through this. But I'm not going to badmouth your dad. You know what I'm saying? Because your dad and I, we brought you in the world. We had our good times, but we also had bad times. But I'm not going to be bitter. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for him connecting with me, you babies wouldn't even be here. So who am I to beat him down and judge him and condemn him? You see what I'm saying? We got to give people some grace, because a lot of people deal with their own internal demons and their own struggles. And sometimes we don't know what's going on. Like, a lot of men suffer in silence, and we don't have nobody to talk to. This is why, as men, we need a circle of men that we could really bear our true thoughts. And it's in a no judgment zone, a judgment-free zone, where we could really get open and personal. And we know that other men are going to give us the game rather than telling us that we ain't nobody. You have a lot of guys that are struggling financially, struggling emotionally. They wasn't raised with their father. They don't know how to raise their own kids. They don't have a clue. You have mothers that don't even know how to be mothers, and they struggling to raise their kids. So you got to know that people are in these different walks in life. You just gotta give people some grace, man. You gotta give them grace, and you also gotta hold them accountable. I ain't saying give them a pass. If a man ain't shit and he ain't doing his job, he need to be held accountable. You gotta balance it. If a man is not taking care of his kids, he need to be regulated. There need to be other men that get on his damn ASS and let him know about himself. Bro, you can't be out here, you got these babies, and you ain't taking care of them. Can't be doing this, bro. Yeah, I don't got a job, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, we gonna get you a job. We gonna get you a job, bro. But you can't be out here. Your old lady out here complaining, bro. Your old lady out here telling us, man, we had to give her a few dollars to buy them groceries, man. You out here in these streets, bro. You need a job, bro. All right, I'm gonna do what's right, man. You gonna do what's right, dog. Can't be out here having your babies out here looking crazy, man. We're gonna go get this resume for you, man. Clean you up, bro. That's why you need real men in your life that's going to set you in order, man. It's not about no disrespect. You just need real dudes that been there and done that, that's going to put you in your place as a man. No disrespect, but as a man, you need that because your daddy wasn't there. So sometimes you might have another brother, he's a little more seasoned than you. So don't look at it as he's putting you down, because he's regulating you and holding you accountable as a man. That's for your benefit, bro. So your son could look at you as a man. So your daughter could look at you as a father rather than a damn coward. Because when she grow up and she become a grown woman, she's going to remember you were never there. That's going to be the reason why she's going to be in these damn bad relationships, because you didn't give her no hugs. You weren't there. You didn't talk to her. You didn't take her out on no damn dates. So she don't even know what a man is. She don't know what a man is. But if you there for your baby, she'll have an understanding of daddy's love. And now she'll know how to interact in the real world. Let's get back to the content, fam. If you're enjoying the show, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We speak real talk. We keep it a buck.
Yeah. And Nolan said something interesting. You told me about this. Something he said to you, I would say would be indicative of y'all's friendship.
Right.
And then he also mentioned something to you about that particular day and what it meant to him.
Right.
And could you share that?
Right. Yeah. So Nolan and my buddy Javon are talking, and I grew up with Nolan, and Nolan's just all, like I said, like just so joyful, like always happy. Like every picture I have with Nolan or picture I have of Nolan, he's smiling. I mean, like he's always happy. If I always need like a shed of light, I'm calling Nolan. And Nolan and I laugh and joke a lot. Like that's how our friend group is. We're really jokingly laugh. No one takes anything that serious. We enjoy our time together. I mean, there's never any awkwardness within our friend group. We're very, very tight. So
Listen, when I was in junior high and high school, the white dudes that I used to hang with, fam, our conversations, you would think that we would avoid certain words. That N word was flying around. We talked some crazy stuff. We called him names that probably you would think we shouldn't be calling each other. But for us, we know each other. So it wasn't like nothing. You know what I'm saying? And we just had that kind of relationship as friends because we pretty much grew up throughout junior high school, all the way into high school. And I could understand exactly what he's saying. You know what I mean? They could talk with each other and it's not no issue. You ever seen a white boy hanging with a group of black guys and it's like the white dude gets a pass? He can say whatever he want, N-word and all. Oh, these are my ninjas. These are my... And nobody's like, oh, what? Nobody's saying that because he grew up with us. He one of us. He grew up in the hood. He went to the school. He was at the basketball court. We know him. You understand? So he good. How many people you brought back to your neighborhood, they don't live there, but because they with you, they good? Yo, you in my hood, you good. You don't got to worry about nothing. Ain't nobody bothering you, man. You sure, man? Bro, this is my hood, bro. I know everybody. Nobody ain't troubling you, man. Don't even worry about nothing. That is how it was with Nolan and this dude and his friends. They were tight. They were cool. So to see people on social media, man, saying that these are his killers, that's crazy, man. And it's embarrassing with Nolan's parents because they should be ashamed of themselves because they know that Nolan always hang with these dudes. These were his boys. You know? It doesn't mean all your childhood friends were perfect. It doesn't mean you still talking to them to this day. But when you 18 and these are your buddies, y'all going off into new careers, y'all graduating college, y'all starting your whole life, at some point, y'all move on, man. Y'all do your own thing. Some people keep in touch, but for the most part, once you graduate high school, kids you probably knew in high school, you ain't gonna know no more, unless y'all went to college, you know. But it is what it is. Let's get back to the content.
If I ever need to get something off my chest or talk to anybody, I'm talking to all my friends. I'm not just talking to like specifically anybody. I would go out, like even if I'm having issues with something, I go talk to my group chat, and my guys are there to, give me a hand anytime I need it. And
Do you see that, guys? Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say as men, you need a group where you could talk? He said, if I'm going through something, I go to my group chat. And I know that all them guys that are in my group chat, those are my dudes right there. They rock with me. They not going to stir me the wrong way. If they see me going off, they going to check me. If they see I'm going a little bit to the left, they going to be there to holler at me. You know? How many of you grew up with them type of dudes, bro? You were going astray, and somebody had to pull you by your shirt and be like, bro, what you doing? Nah, I was hanging out with someone. No, bro. You can't hang out with them, bro. But those are my friends. Bro, I don't want to see you hanging out with them no more, bro. They no good. They no good, dog. You can't hang out with them no more. Now, keep in mind, guys, these are your friends, and you might have older friends, but you ain't grow up with your daddy. Your daddy not there to raise you, but the streets raise you. When I was a young kid, the drug dealers was the ones guiding me, bro. The dealers, the one that you would call the scum, the trash, the killers. They were the ones telling us, go inside, it's too late outside. What are you doing out here? They were the ones that would grab us. Go home, bro. What are you outside for? You know what time it is? Where your mama at? That's what we had growing up. And those were the ones that were doing bad. But they were telling us stay in school. Y'all remember them days? When the drug dealer would tell you, why are you over here? Why are you not in school? I was just me and my friend. Bro, go to school. All right, man, I'm going, man. If it wasn't for those dudes, bro, I don't know where I would be. Because they were the ones keeping us on the right mindset. Because we wanted to be like them. We wanted to be the gang members we wanted to be the ones holding the guns. We wanted to be the drug dealers because we saw their lifestyle. But they were telling us a different tune. I'm talking about the drug dealers. They were the ones telling us, go to school, treat your elderly right. You remember them days when Miss Jones would come to the building and she would have bags and you and all your friends would be standing in front of the stoop? And as soon as you see her come up, you be like, good afternoon, Miss Jones. Can I get those bags for you? Everybody stop cussing. Remember? Everybody on their best behavior. Them days are gone, bro. I don't know what's going on with the youth today, man. They lost all that respect. We learned that from the streets. The streets taught us how to respect our elders. We didn't cuss our elders out. You would get punched in the face, you disrespect an elder back in the day, bro. And I'm talking about respectful people. You would get punched in the jaw if you disrespect anybody that's older than you, bro. Anybody that was old enough to be your damn mom or dad, you had to be on your best behavior. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's how you talked. You see a woman struggling with a bag, bro, you better grab them damn bags. You see a lady coming back from the laundry with a big old shopping cart struggling, you better grab that shopping cart and you better bring it up those flights of stairs. Don't have that old woman bringing that upstairs. We had morals and values, bro. Because we had guidance. We had somebody that sacrificed that time being a mentor, just being a father figure. Shout out to all them dudes back in the days, man, that guided us youth back then when we ain't have no damn fathers in the home, man. Tell me a damn thing about upbringing, bro. I know what the hell I had to go through. My mom was on drugs when I was a kid, fam. My mom was on crack cocaine, bro. And I tell my viewers that all the time. From 5 years old all the way up to about 12, 13, my mom was on drugs, bro. Drugs. I grew up in the crack epidemic, man. And then when she finally got free, I was already working. I had to start working when I was 12 years old, dog. 12 years old, I'm having a job. My mom's still running the damn streets. I had to go fend for myself, man, to eat. 12 years old, I'm working in a barbershop, bro, cutting hair. I'm not sweeping no damn floor, bro. My primo, my cousin Jorge, translation George, pretty much was a barber. I used to watch him in the crib, cutting hair. I'm looking at every move he make. I'm like, oh snap, all right, all right. My grandmother gave me the money to go get school stuff. I couldn't even afford to get no damn school stuff. I had to go shop at Bobby's department store. Everybody in Brooklyn, you know, it's embarrassing, bro, as a kid back in the day, to shop at Bobby's department store. That's all I had, bro. So I had to go get me a job. I went to the barber shop. I asked them for a job. They laughed at me because they're looking at a 12-year-old kid. When I showed them that I know how to cut hair, they was like, okay, you got this chair. Then my mom got clean. She got off drugs, got into the church, cleaned up her life. It was a beautiful thing, man. So I know the struggle of seeing your Nintendo being sold because your mom trying to get drugs, bro. Seeing the toaster and leaving the house. The TV. It was to the point where we went to school one time. My mom sold everything in the damn apartment, bro. Everything. But because the community knew her struggle, they came and brought everything back, bro. Everything. They brought back the TV, the Nintendo, the games, everything. Some of the stuff, some things, they ain't bring back. You have some snakes that they don't care. Back in the day, everybody had a relative that was on drugs, man. Either your uncle, your daddy, your mama, your sister, your brother. Somebody on drugs. That's why when I tell you these stories, I'm telling you from experience. My mom got clean, bro, from drugs. She overcame, bro. But then later down the road, a couple of years down the road, several years, she ended up getting cancer. And that took her out. You know what I mean? That took her out. But I'm thankful because even though she was on drugs, she was the best mother ever, bro. The best. Remember what Tupac said? That she was a black queen, but a crack fiend. But she was a black queen. You have a lot of mothers back then. They were on drugs, but they took care of their kids. But when they on that damn pipe smoking, bro, they a different person. You know? Social services had to be called, bro. They came to the crib. The lady cried. The lady cried when she saw the place. No food in the house. We there in the house starving. The lady asked, where your mom? My elder brother lied. Said she went to the store. I told the lady she was gone for about 3-4 days. The lady was like, what do y'all eat? It's like paper. No cap. I lift my hand to the Most High. We used to take a scissors, cut out chicken from a damn magazine, put some salt on it with water, and eat that. Don't tell me a motherfucking thing about struggle, because I know what it means to struggle. When I tell you fathers to be in your kids' life, I'm telling you facts. You don't want your kids eating paper, bro. You see what I'm saying? So when I got these people, these trolls coming on YouTube talking about, oh, this and that, bro, I'm a father, bro. I got 4 girls, and I'm in their life. They ain't gonna be eating no damn paper like me, bro. They don't gotta worry about me running the damn streets on drugs. No. I seen what that did to my mom. I'm not repeating that. I never smoked, bro. Never smoked a cigarette. Never smoked weed. Don't let the locks fool you. I ain't never get high on no damn weed or none of that mess. The peeps in the barbershops where I worked at, they were smoking all the time. Now, did I drink? Yeah. Heineken? Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Ain't nothing wrong with a drink. But smoking, I stayed away. Because I saw what happened to my mom. I didn't want to do with none of that stuff, bro. And all my friends try to offer me some weed. Bro, you got to smoke this, bro. This will make you produce some dope beats, bro. This will really get you going, bro. Nah, I'm good. I'm good, fam. You know, they were my friends, but it was a lot of peer pressure, man. But I didn't succumb to none of that mess. Let's go.
My guys are, all my buddies are the same exact way. Nolan was the same exact way. If you ever need something, I'm here, man. Like, that's how he was. So.
You see?
And then you guys get ready to leave prematurely.
Right.
And like, what? Explain that, because you guys got there around 10.
Yeah.
It's now 4:30.
Right.
People are still out there partying and
Right.
they're having a good time, but something happened to where it necessitated you guys to get the boat up and running. Can you explain that?
Yeah.
That's the ending. So he has part 2. I'm going to do a video about part 2 as well. Not right now, but I'm going to focus on what we're doing here in terms of this particular friend. Because again, remember, the mother is the one who put out this photo. The mother. Because she wanted to accuse these guys. And that is the issue that I have with social media, is that these folks, man, they spread so much lies, and it's just sad, man. That's why we got to be speaking the truth, man. That's why with people like me and others that have integrity, as long as we're doing our job, we're going to attract the right kind of viewers that actually respect the truth, because it's so many lies, man. And I hope more of Nolan's friends come forward to be interviewed and whatnot so that they can share the truth. Because with Ben Crump and these guys, they're just lying, man. They just rage baiting to get people angry. And I think that's disgusting, guys. It is disgusting. It really is. But guys, if you enjoy the stream, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Join the channel membership. Shout out to those of you that joined the membership on this live. We appreciate you jumping on board, Team Ringo. It is what it is. Hopefully, those of you that are in the clouds that are watching for the first time, maybe you don't know anything about Ringo TV, but eventually over time, you'll begin to like my content and really appreciate the value that I put out there. This is the #1 reaction channel on YouTube. Ain't nobody else doing a better job, man. Nobody breaks down videos better than Ringo TV. Nobody, And I get hated by a lot of people. Hate it. People be spreading rumors, lies. They be trying to do their best to make people turn against me, bro. Like, they would spread the most vicious rumors, man. Trying their best to derail people from actually supporting my work because they envy what I've become. They don't like the fact that I put my family in a better position. They don't like the fact that I'm hardworking. They don't like the fact that I'm a man of my word, a man of integrity. I don't have to lie, bro. I always speak the truth. I don't have to sugarcoat. That's why I always tell you, brothers, stop lying to these women. Once you lie to a woman, she's not going to respect you no more, fam. Once you lie to a woman, she will lose all respect from you. For you, excuse me. Always be honest with women. You guys have to learn how to communicate with women. You can't communicate with a woman like you do a dude. It's different. When you communicating with women, you got to be honest at all times. Never lie. Never lie. Always speak the truth. A woman will respect you. Even if she don't agree with what you're saying, she got to respect you. She's going to respect you. Sometimes a woman would tolerate certain things you do because you honest. She may not like it. She may not agree with it, but she'll compromise and be like, well, at least he telling the truth. I got to respect that. Most of these guys would never tell you the truth. And I think that is what is one of the missing links in today's day with a lot of men. They just keep lying to women, and you guys wondering why these women don't trust you. You wondering why. One of the reasons why a lot of women have trust issues is because they've been lied to their whole life by men. And then when they run into a man that actually speak the truth, they don't even know what to do with him. You know? They be waiting for him to lie, and it's like he keep telling the truth, and she's like, are you going to lie yet? Nah, I'm only going to tell you the truth. What do you think about my dress? I don't like it. It don't look right on you. What do you mean it don't look right on you? Well, I don't like the way it makes your stomach look. If you could lose about 5 pounds, that dress would look good. He's telling you the truth. Now, most guys would just lie. How that dress look on me? Oh, it look good, babe. He don't want no issue. He don't want to get you upset. So he rather lie to you. He know you need to lose about 5 to 10 pounds, but he ain't going to tell you. Because, and that's a disservice, guys. You're doing a disservice to a woman when you don't tell her the truth. If your old lady need to get in shape, or whatever the case is, if she's not hitting the gym, and there's something about her that you don't like, you got to let her know so she could bounce back. If anything, be her motivation. You know, get her out there, get her in the gym, get her eating right, get into some sort of activity with her to make it fun for both of y'all so that she could pretty much get the results that she need to be. You know, don't just let her sit there and you know it's bothering you. You know what I mean? And likewise as a woman, you know, if a guy, you know, he with you, he's not in the gym, you know what I mean? He's not working out. He kind of letting himself go, developing a dad bod, and he's just, you know, just letting himself go. You know, sometimes you got to be there to tell him, like, look, you know what I'm saying? Encourage him to get into the gym, work out a little bit, eat right, something. Don't just sit there. Learn how to communicate. Communication is the missing link. We used to communicate back in the day, when in the good old days when you used to meet people. Nowadays, everything is on social media. We don't communicate no more. And it's sickening, man. Remember them days when you used to meet a woman, bruh, and it was just the best thing ever? Y'all used to vibe, sit in the park, sit next to each other and just kind of just talk, and you just happy to be there. It's like those days were the days, bro. Now, it's like nobody even talk to each other no more. Nobody meets nobody no more. Everybody's scared of everybody now. So it kind of make everybody feel like everybody's fake. And there's a lot of fake people, but you can't just think everybody's fake. You know, you got to give people a chance. But nonetheless, guys, we're going to talk more. I'm going to get up on out of here, man. Do what I got to do and whatnot. I hope you guys enjoy all the recent videos we put out. A lot of people have issues with my thoughts and the things that I put out. I need for you guys to really watch the videos. Sometimes y'all judge without watching the content. Don't be too quick to look at a video title or look at a video for 5 minutes. I be posting 3-hour live streams. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch the whole video. I get it. You got busy lives. You got to work. But hey, take the time to watch the content from the beginning to the end so you can understand where I'm coming from. Because I be reading some of these comments and I would love to respond, but I'm not going to respond to premature comments. You got to watch my whole video so you can understand what my motives are, what my intent is, and what's the context of my videos, man. Don't misconstrue the things that I say as if though I'm saying something that I'm not saying, you know? But that's about it, guys. So rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you all on the next video. I got some uploads that I got to upload that I think you guys are going to enjoy. I'm going to pretty much go work on those videos right now. After getting something to eat, I'm going to go fix me a sandwich and something, get something going right now. But I really enjoy talking about these videos. Again, shout out to Officer Tatum for the interview. Hopefully he get more interviews with more of the friends. I'll be reviewing part 2. Later on today, I'll be reviewing part 2. If he come out with a part 3, I would put part 2 and 3 together. That way we could just kind of let them both flow. I would rather do them separately so we could keep it, you know, keep the series kind of going. I might do it that way, you know. But I really enjoy having these conversations, guys, because we need opposing voices. Too many people are following blindly. And as you can see, Ben Crump didn't give you guys the autopsy. He lied to you guys. He said he was going to give you the autopsy with the results, and he didn't give you the results, guys. He didn't give you the results. He never told you exactly how Nolan died, and that's sick. So he's prolonging your anger. We need the first autopsy, the official autopsy. We need that one. We need that one. So hopefully they release that and the toxicology test. That way we can get all the answers that is needed. So until then, guys, I'll catch you in the next stream. Be sure to thumb the video up, guys, if you haven't already. You got 450 people in the building, 381 likes. We need these likes, guys, to match the views. Without your support, guys, we can't do this YouTube thing, fam. Without me, without the viewers actually supporting the show via the like button. Let me explain this for you because a lot of people don't understand this. Anytime you see somebody asking for hitting the like button, y'all think that we just want likes because we just like seeing likes. It's not for that, guys. When you thumb the video up, you're telling YouTube that this video was educational, it was good, we really liked the delivery, we like what this guy had to say. He was fair, balanced, a voice of reason. Other people can learn something from this. So when you thumb the video up, you're telling YouTube that. And what YouTube is going to begin to do is they're going to begin to show my videos to other audiences that don't even know I exist. You understand? So that's helping me to grow, right? So if you like my work, you would want me to grow. That's what encourages me to keep making more content. When I see people gravitating towards the content, that's motivating me. Like, yo, I got to go live. The people waiting. You know what I'm saying? They probably waiting for me, fam. What time it is? Nah, I got to go live, man. The viewers are waiting, man. I had a lot of people that became members, people supporting shows. Nah, they waiting for me. I got to come on live tonight, So it motivates me to do my work, do my homework, and come up with great shows and great commentary. So always hit the thumbs up button because that is what makes YouTube push the videos so more people can enjoy the content if you enjoyed the content. You know what I mean? Now, if you don't like the content and you think the content sucks and you don't like me, then hey, hit the thumbs down button. You know what I'm saying? But let me know in the comments what you feel is wrong. Offer some constructive criticism, not insults. Don't come into the comments saying you're an idiot, you're stupid. I'm not going to listen to you, fam. Nobody, listen, you can never do that to me in my face. You can never walk up to me as a grown-ass man and you come up to me insulting me in my face and I'm just going to sit there and take that type of stuff. So you got to know how to show respect and class, fam. If you disagree with something, learn how to communicate that with some civil discourse. You know what I mean? Be an adult. Be mature. Constructive criticism, you don't have to agree with me, but explain what your issue is. That way, maybe I can make a follow-up video and I can explain, okay, this is my position. This is why I think this way. That way you can understand. But don't just insult people and write them off like they a damn problem when you don't even understand what they're dealing with. You don't know what the issue is. So it's all about respect. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get up on out of here, do what I got to do. And it is what it is, man. Let me see. Okay. Miss Cotton Candy, shout out to you for the 99 cent. It is what it is. Make sure you hit the like button, guys. But yeah. So I'm gonna get on out of here, guys. I'm gonna go get me something to eat and I gotta go edit some videos, man. Right? So shout out to all the channel members, all the new channel members. Appreciate you guys for supporting the shows. Without you guys, we can't keep the lights on, guys. Always remember, you guys view my content, you view my platform, you're helping me to grow and reach people. So I am grateful, guys. So that being said, I'll catch you in the next video, guys. I'm out. Peace and blessings to the mods, Show Shao, Forever Studios, Caramel, Kimmy Kim. Shout out to all the channel members, everybody that supported the show, all the new members, everybody that's in the clouds, all the cloud viewers. Shout out to all of y'all, all my truck drivers on the road. Be safe out there. Everybody on the 9 to 5 grind, late night shift. Shout out to all of y'all in the warehouses.